Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a Wolfbox on this 5th gen 4Runner. Okay, what is a Wolfbox and why do you need one? A Wolfbox is a replacement for your rear view mirror inside the cab of your truck. It's a camera mount that they put a camera on the back so that you can see. Why would you want one of these? A lot of these 4Runners that get built up, such as this one, have things on the rear bumper such as a spare tire, a high lift jack, or jerry cans of some sort. This right here allows you to put a camera back there, and then it replaces your rear view so that you'll be able to see with all of your gear on the back. It also doubles as a dash cam, and it'll keep recording as you drive. All right, let's start the install. Okay, as you can see, this 5th gen 4Runner has a lot of things obstructing the OEM camera. The OEM camera is currently located behind his high lift and tire, so it doesn't really do much good when you're backing up. Nice thing about the Wolfbox is you have full customization of where you'd like to put the camera. Put it up high, you put it down low, wherever you'd like it, it's free to go. As far as installation and wiring goes, this is a very easy install. The tricky part is hiding all the wires. If you didn't really care where to tuck the wires up, and you just wanted to run it along your floor or somewhere along the carpet, this could be a 5-minute install. But because we're gonna run this up through the inside of our car, it'll take us a little bit more time. So next, you're going to want to decide where the placement of your camera is going to be that's going to be shooting out the back. We decided to put ours underneath our jerry can holder and then wire it along the swing arm and up into the car. Every one of our cars is going to be kind of different depending on what kind of swing out you have or what kind of system you're running in the back to just determine what placement is best for you and for your rig. Next, we'll show you how we run the wires through the cab to the front with keeping them nice and neat and tucked. So we just ran our wire along our swing arm right here, up underneath this trim piece right here. It's gonna be a little bit different if you have a stock bumper on the back of your 4Runner, but because we have a steel bumper, we were able to just be able to go in underneath this and up, out through our rubber piece right here, just so that we could line it up to get it into the cab. In your wiring harness, there will be a red wire. That wire is to tap into your reverse light. That will activate your camera when you put it into reverse. We opted to have the camera running all the time just to be able to use it as a rear view as well as a reverse cam. So we just didn't wire that in, and we just kind of tucked it along with the black wire and taped the end with electrical tape just to keep everything nice and clean. Okay, we're gonna start by removing this whole rubber trim piece around this out here. And this should just slide off like this. You just want to remove it until you have enough space. So now we're just going to run the wire up along this plastic piece right here until we get up to the felt liner to run it into the car. Once we get up to this trim piece right here, we're just going to go up and behind into the felt liner like this. If you need to use a pry tool, slide it in just like that so it stays nice and tucked out of the way. And then just kind of tuck it in the plastic all the way along your liner here so that the wire stays down. So once you get here, you're going to run the wire to this rubber seal. You're going to pull off the rubber seal just like that and then run it all along the inside of the liner right here till we get to our next pillar. So now that you have your rubber trim off right here, you'll take the wire that's right here and you just kind of run it, trying to tuck it a little bit up into your headliner all the way till we get right here to our next pillar. And then you're going to want to go ahead and place your rubber trim back on. Another wire that you're going to have to run is your power wire. A lot of people run these in the front up on your main control panel. We decided to opt and run them from our 12 volts back down here. We're just going to run it from this passenger side one right here, plugging it in, and then we're going to run the wire down underneath the seat and then over here to our pillar. Okay, so after you've plugged it in right here, I just want to run it back behind this little bracket. Be sure that it goes underneath it and not up into here so it doesn't get pinched, just so that it'll be nice and tucked back here. And then we'll run it right over here to our pillar. So once you get the wire tucked underneath here, you're going to run it right underneath here by just prying this piece up. It's held in by 2 clips that are here and here. Then you're going to run it all the way out to this outside trim and run it all the way up here into your headliner where your other wire is. Your next step is you're just going to want to run your wires up here. Be sure to tuck it up just a little bit. Careful not to set off your airbag. Okay, so you'll just continue tucking your wires up into your headliner all the way until you get to here, your A-pillar. So once you get here, you're going to want to loosen your A-pillar for just a second so that you can get these wires up and around into the headliner By doing that, you're going to need to remove this, and there should be two 10mm in there. You're going to loosen just enough to pull this down a little bit to tuck our wires. Make sure that you're tucking your wires behind your airbag. That way, in the case of an accident, you're not interfering with the airbag. Okay, so now that the A-pillar is separated, this right here is your airbag. You really want to be very careful with that. Take one wire at a time and just slowly push it behind the airbag, trying our best not to explode it. So as you see, we went through behind the airbag all the way along our headliner just until where we needed to be, up here where our mirror is going to be located. And we're going to take all this excess that came from one of the cords and we're just going to tuck all that up into your headliner. Place it up into the headliner. So once you get those main wires tucked, it's a good time while your A-pillar is still taken apart partially to wire your GPS. You'll take the GPS and this wire, and I just kind of like to run it down here like this, just so I can get my spacing that I need down. And you just kind of want to work your A-pillar down here until you can get the right amount of spacing just to get it through. Once you have your GPS located where you'd like it, your wire tucked back here behind your speaker up here, you'll just go ahead and replace this A-pillar. Make sure to run this up into your headliner. So tuck it out of the way for now while we replace our headliner. And now we'll place our 10mm back in to lock everything in place. Once the A-pillar is all back together, you're going to take your rubber trim piece up here and make sure it's all tucked back in to its proper position. Okay, now that you have your three wires, we'll just plug them in to make the Wolfbox active. Any excess wire can just be stuck up into your headliner like so. And just like that, your new Wolfbox is installed. The camera sits really low profile. You wouldn't even know it was there. This is the perfect product if you have anything obstructing your rear window. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and let us know what other installs you'd like us to do.